Chosen one, this message didn't find you by chance. It's divine timing. God led you here for a reason. You've been fighting battles most people will never understand. You show up smiling, supporting others, carrying light, but deep inside you've been warring in the unseen realm. Behind your strength is a storm. Behind your calm is chaos. This is not weakness, it's divine resilience. The truth is, you've been in a spiritual war while looking completely composed in the physical. But now it's time to reveal the power behind your peace. This is your confirmation. Your silent battles have not gone unnoticed. Heaven has been watching, and now your season of spiritual war is shifting. Let's break it down into 7 chapters so you can fully understand what's really happening behind the scenes of your life. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because this message isn't just content. It's a divine confirmation for those who've been fighting silent battles while the world watched them smile. If your spirit recognizes this truth, type 77 in the comments right now. That number isn't random. It's a sacred code, a signal to the Most High and the universe that you're spiritually awake, battle-tested, and ready to receive what's already yours by divine inheritance. Not everyone will make it to the end, only the truly chosen, the ones who've warred in the spirit while appearing strong in the flesh. And those who stay will unlock clarity, spiritual validation, and hidden blessings encoded in every word of this message. This isn't just something you hear once and move on. It's a living revelation crafted for the soul that's been silently wearing, silently winning. Rewatch it as many times as your spirit leads you, because with each listen, a new layer will unfold, a deeper truth, a divine confirmation you may have missed the first time. Chapter 1. The Silent Warrior. Within, people look at you and think you have it all figured out. They admire your strength, your composure, your ability to show up no matter what. But what they don't see is the weight you carry behind that calm exterior. They don't hear the silent cries of your soul at 2 a.m. when the world is asleep, but your spirit is wide awake, wrestling with battles no one knows about. You've been bleeding invisibly while smiling publicly, and that takes a level of strength most people will never understand. Chosen one, your journey hasn't been normal because your calling isn't normal. You were marked early, not by man, but by heaven. You've walked through fires that could have consumed others. You've endured storms that should have drowned you, but you came out of it with grace on your face and power in your walk. That's not coincidence. That's divine endurance. You weren't trained in comfort. You were trained in chaos. God allowed certain pains not to break you but to build you. While others were learning how to cope, you were learning how to conquer. While others were focused on fitting in, you were being molded to stand out. That's why your path was lonely. That's why your heart often felt too heavy for your own chest. You were learning how to be a silent warrior, how to carry peace on your face while waging war in your spirit. You've had to be the strong one for everybody, the one who listens, comforts, uplifts, while silently breaking down inside. You've encouraged others while battling depression. You've told people to hold on while secretly asking God if you could let go. You've smiled in rooms where your spirit was screaming, and still you showed up. That's not weakness. That's spiritual discipline. That's soul maturity. That's the mark of someone chosen by God to carry light in a world that thrives in shadows. You see, your pain taught you how to protect. Your heartbreak taught you how to heal others. Your isolation trained you to hear God more clearly. When people left, heaven leaned in, and though no one applauded your silent battles, all of heaven was watching, cheering, covering you in moments you thought you were forgotten. The world sees your smile and assumes you're happy, but God sees the spiritual warfare behind that smile, and He's proud of you, because you could have given up. You could have folded. You could have turned bitter, but instead, you chose to rise, to believe, to keep walking even when the path was dark. That is divine strength. That is uncommon favor. You didn't choose this road, it chose you. Or rather, God chose you for it. He knew you could handle what others couldn't. He knew your spirit had been forged in eternity, not just time. That's why you're still here, still rising, still becoming. So the next time you feel unseen, remember, heaven doesn't miss anything. You keep walking. Your spiritual authority is growing, even when your body feels weak. You've already won battles most people never even knew existed. And now it's time they see the power behind your smile. Chapter 2. The spirit realm sees you as a threat. You've been wondering why things feel heavier lately, why the attacks have become more frequent, more personal, more intense. And here's the truth. You're not being attacked because you're weak. You're being attacked because you're a threat. You may not see it when you look in the mirror, but the spirit realm does. Hell knows your name. Heaven has marked you, and the enemy has studied your potential. You were born carrying something dangerous to the kingdom of darkness, a divine assignment, a holy fire, a breakthrough anointing that terrifies every demon who sees your glow in the spirit. People around you may underestimate you because they judge by appearances. They look at your bank account, your job, your social status, your past mistakes. But the spirit realm doesn't care about any of that. It sees beyond the surface. It sees power. It sees purpose. It sees a light that's been forged through trials, heartbreaks, and unshakable faith. That's why you've been under pressure. That's why you've had to fight battles with no logical explanation. That's why you walk into certain environments and feel tension without a word being spoken. You carry something spiritual, and the moment you enter a room, atmospheres shift because the spirit realm recognizes your frequency. The enemy doesn't target people with no future. He targets the chosen, the ones who are dangerous in silence, the ones who speak life even when surrounded by death, the ones who carry divine blueprints even when they feel lost in the natural. Spiritual warfare is real, and chosen ones often experience it intensely, especially right before a breakthrough. If your battles have been getting heavier, if your dreams have been under attack, if your peace has been challenged more than ever, it's not coincidence, it's confirmation. You're close. Every time you level up spiritually, the pressure increases, not because you're failing, but because you're ascending. The enemy throws confusion, fatigue, fear, temptation, not to break you, but to distract you, because he knows if you stay focused, you'll activate everything God placed inside you, and once that happens, chains break, generational curses shatter, cycles end, families heal, and destinies are unlocked. That's why the warfare has been so personal. It's not just about you. It's about the lives connected to your obedience. Your calling carries weight beyond your imagination. The spiritual attacks you've faced are evidence of your impact. You've been fought because you're called, and the darker the warfare, the greater the anointing you carry. Chosen one, it's time to stop questioning your worth based on what's visible. You have to discern spiritually. You've been seen in the spirit long before you were ever acknowledged in the physical. That's why certain people react to you with jealousy or resistance. They sense something different, even if they can't explain it. Your very presence awakens spirits, both divine and demonic. You are not average, and your path never will be. So when the pressure builds, don't panic. Praise. Because pressure in the physical often means promotion in the spiritual. The enemy attacks loudest when your breakthrough is nearest. That's not a sign to give up. It's confirmation to push through. Keep going. Stay armored. Stay aligned. Because heaven sees you, hell fears you. And the spirit realm knows you're not just chosen. You're dangerous. Chapter 3. Your smile is armor, not a mask. Some people fake smiles to hide. But yours isn't fake. It's forged in fire. Your smile isn't a mask to pretend things are okay. It's armor. It's proof. It's your spiritual testimony wrapped in silence. It speaks what words can't. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I didn't fold when life gave me every reason to. Your joy isn't just an emotion, it's a spiritual statement. It comes from surviving seasons that tried to suffocate your soul. It comes from dancing in the rain, not because the storm passed, but because you refused to let it drown your light. When people see you smile, they assume you're happy. But what they don't know is your smile is sacred. It's not rooted in denial, it's rooted in defiance. You're telling the universe, you can throw storms at me, but I will still stand in peace. You can shake the ground beneath me, but my spirit won't collapse. Chosen one, your smile is a silent sermon. It's how you've ministered to others without ever saying a word. It's the strength that confuses your enemies. God has been using your smile as a weapon of light in a world full of shadows. While the enemy expected you to crumble, you kept showing up, not because it was easy, not because you were unaffected, but because you were built differently. You were wired for spiritual warfare, programmed by heaven to walk through fire and still smell like freedom. People often wonder why your presence feels powerful, why rooms shift when you enter. It's not your status, it's not your appearance, it's your spirit. It's the quiet strength in your eyes. It's the unshakable peace you wear like a robe. It's the divine endurance that lives beneath your skin. Your smile carries war stories, of battles fought in silence, of nights spent in prayer, of spiritual wars where you stood alone and won. Every time you smiled through a storm, heaven took notice. Every time you chose peace over panic, love over bitterness, faith over fear, God added another layer of armor to your soul. So don't let anyone mistake your smile for weakness. Don't let them reduce it to superficial positivity, because only those who fought real demons can smile like you do. Only those who've wrestled with darkness and chose light anyway can radiate that kind of peace. Your smile is divine resistance, a radiant refusal to bow to what tried to bury you. It's your reminder, and the world's, that you're not just surviving, you're overcoming. So wear that smile like a crown. Hold your head high, because behind that gentle expression is a warrior spirit that refused to die. And every time you smile, you're sending a message to the enemy. I'm still here, I'm still chosen, and I still win. Chapter 4. Emotional exhaustion is a spiritual signal. Chosen one. Have you ever felt tired for no apparent reason? Not just physically tired, but spiritually worn down, like your soul has been running marathons in realms no one else can see. That's not just burnout. That's not just stress. That's a spiritual signal. Your tiredness is sacred data. It's your soul's way of saying, I've been fighting battles no one clapped for. I've been shielding light in dark places. I've been pouring from a well that's been running dry. And the truth is, most people wouldn't last a week carrying what you carry daily. You've been absorbing more than emotions. You've been absorbing energy, toxic environments, ungrateful relationships, spiritual warfare, emotional projections from people who don't even realize they're draining you. Some days you wake up already feeling heavy, and you don't even know why. That's because your spirit has been in combat long before your body opened its eyes. But here's the divine truth. Rest is holy. Even the strongest soldiers need to lay their armor down. Even the fiercest warriors need to retreat, recharge, and reconnect. God isn't asking you to be superhuman. He's inviting you to be human, under His care. You weren't created to carry everything alone. You were created to lean on a source greater than yourself. You see, exhaustion is not failure. It's feedback. It's your soul's way of saying, it's time to pause. It's time to surrender. It's time to let God fight this part. And yes, surrender is warfare too in the spiritual realm. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is rest and trust. Not because you're giving up, but because you're handing it over to the one who sees what you can't. The one who knows what's coming before it arrives. The one who says, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Chosen one, God didn't design you to run on empty. He designed you to operate in overflow, but to be filled, you have to first acknowledge when you're running low. You have to be honest about your fatigue, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You are not lazy for needing time away. You are not weak for needing space to breathe. You are not broken for feeling overwhelmed. You are in tune with your assignment, in tune with your sensitivity, in tune with the warfare that surrounds your destiny. So give yourself permission to rest, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Pull away if you need to. Log off. Be still. Go where your spirit is fed, not drained. Let God minister to the weariness you've hidden beneath your strength, because what's coming next will require your full capacity, your full energy. And this season of rest, it's not a pause, it's preparation. Heaven is recharging you for the next elevation. And what you feel right now is not a breakdown, it's a reset. Rest isn't retreat. Rest is strategy. Rest is obedience. Rest is spiritual warfare. So lie down in peace tonight knowing this. The weight you feel is not yours to carry alone. Lay it at the feet of God. Let Him. Chapter 5. Your peace has become provocative. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Not because you said anything, but because of what you carry. Ever noticed how people grow uncomfortable around you? Not because you did them wrong, but simply because you exist differently. That's not paranoia. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual truth. Your peace, your stillness, your calm, your unwavering presence has become provocative in a world addicted to noise, chaos, drama, and distraction. Your stillness is threatening. Your spiritual grounding disrupts the frequencies of those who have no center. Your calm exposes their inner turmoil, and because they can't figure you out, they try to label you, distance themselves from you, or stir confusion about you. You've been misunderstood, not because you're wrong, but because you're rare. They've called you too quiet, too distant, too deep, or even too cold. But what they don't see is that your silence is strategic. Your distance is discernment, and your calm. That's not a passive trait, it's a spiritual force. Chaos can't stand peace, and spirits that thrive in disorder feel threatened when you walk in carrying divine stillness. You're not just peaceful because you meditate or think positive thoughts. Your peace is sourced from the throne of God. It's been refined in suffering. It was earned in seasons where everything around you fell apart, but you refused to. Chosen one, what you carry is holy. It's why you don't argue back like others. It's why you don't chase clout, drama, or validation. It's why you can walk away from situations that others cling to, because your spirit recognizes when something costs your peace. And you know the value of what you carry. Your peace is power, not loud power, not flashy power, but spiritual authority, the kind that walks into chaotic environments and doesn't get consumed by them, but instead transforms them. The kind that makes people reflect, feel convicted, or even lash out, because your very presence reminds them of what they've buried or avoided within themselves. And yes, it's been lonely. There are times when you've questioned why people pull away, why relationships shift, why invitations stop coming. But that's not rejection. It's divine protection. God is shielding you from environments that can't handle your frequency, from people who only understand noise, not the language of stillness, from energies that would try to drain what heaven is still cultivating inside of you. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to shift atmospheres. That's why your walk looks different. That's why you feel things others ignore. That's why you're sensitive to energies, words, and intentions. Because you're not operating from flesh, you're operating from spirit. And as uncomfortable as that sometimes feels, it's also your greatest weapon. Because your peace disarms confusion, your presence calms storms, and your ability to stay grounded while the world shakes is exactly what makes you chosen. So don't dim it. Don't apologize for it. Don't try to explain it to those who aren't spiritually mature enough to understand it. You're not too quiet. You're not too distant. You're not too different. You're set apart. and your peace, that's heaven's signature on your soul. Chapter 6. The Heaven-Backed Warrior. While many walk through life relying on visible support, friends, family, allies, you, chosen one, have had a different kind of backup. Your battles have been fought with invisible armies, your victories secured by heavenly forces stationed around you, even when no human eyes saw your struggle. You've endured seasons where no one applauded your efforts. You faced trials that left you feeling isolated and unseen. Yet through every moment of pain, every silent battle, angels have been encamped around you. Divine warriors, assigned by God, have been standing guard over your mind, your heart, and your destiny. This isn't just poetic encouragement. It's spiritual truth. You have been spiritually insulated. Your spirit shielded. Your path guarded by powers beyond the natural. Chosen one, it's important to understand that the battles you fight are never just about you. They ripple far beyond your personal experience. You are a generational warrior, breaking chains, overturning curses, and shifting timelines for your family line, your community, and even future generations yet to be born. Each attack against you is an attack against a legacy. Each trial is a spiritual war for freedom, healing, and breakthrough, not only for yourself, but for those connected to your bloodline and spirit line. The intensity of your journey, the pain, the pressure, the isolation, reflects the magnitude of the mission assigned to you. God does not hand out such assignments. Remember this: when the world seemed quiet, heaven was shouting your name. When you felt abandoned, heaven was aligning forces on your behalf. When it seemed like no one understood your pain, you were walking under the protection of divine generals. You are a heaven-backed warrior. Your strength is not your own. It is empowered by the Creator himself. The weapons in your hands are forged in the spirit realm, invisible to the natural eye, but unstoppable in their purpose. So stand firm, chosen one. Every battle you fought has been preparing you for a destiny greater than you could have imagined. Your breakthrough is not just a personal victory. It is a spiritual conquest, a legacy fulfilled, and a testimony for generations to come. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And with heaven as your backing, you are unstoppable. Chapter 7. Victory is inevitable. You're already winning, chosen one, even if your eyes haven't seen the full picture yet. Your spirit knows the truth. You are already winning. Victory isn't always loud or flashy. It's often quiet, steady, and invisible to the world. But every step you take forward in faith, every moment you choose hope over despair, every breath you take despite the pressure, that is victory in motion. The enemy would have loved to see you broken, defeated, or erased. But here you are, still standing, still believing, still pushing forward against forces designed to stop you. That alone is proof that the enemy failed. You've walked through the fire and you didn't burn. You've been pressed on every side, yet you refuse to be crushed. That resilience, that endurance, it's a sign that God's hand has been sustaining you the whole time. Now the promise of God is coming alive in your life. The season of hidden pain, quiet battles, and spiritual warfare is ending. And the season of open reward is beginning. God is about to reward you publicly for what you endured privately. The losses you felt, the lost joy, lost time, lost peace, they're not gone. They're being restored, multiplied, and returned in ways you never imagined. But this blessing isn't just for you. It's not just a personal breakthrough. It's a divine overflow that will spill into your family, your community, and the generations that follow. What God is doing in you, He's doing through you. This moment is your confirmation. The warfare was not in vain. The nights you cried alone, the silent prayers, the hidden struggles, they were never meaningless. Your smile wasn't fake. Your faith wasn't shallow. Your spirit was real, alive, and fighting on the front lines. You are not just surviving, you are rising. And your rise is inevitable because it is divinely ordained. The enemy may try to convince you otherwise, but God's word stands firm. Those who are planted in the house of the Lord will flourish in the courts of our God. So stand tall, chosen one. Walk boldly into your breakthrough with the confidence that victory is already sealed. You are the living proof that God's grace is sufficient, His power is perfect, and His promises are true. Remember, this is not the end of your story. It's the glorious beginning of a new chapter, the chapter where your faith becomes sight, your labor bears fruit, and your breakthrough shakes the earth. Victory is not coming, it's already here. And you, chosen one, are the living, breathing embodiment of that victory. Chosen one, your battles in the Spirit were never in vain. God saw your strength, your tears, your silence. And now He's saying, "Well done, my warrior. Keep smiling in the flesh. Keep standing in the Spirit. The battle may have been intense, but your breakthrough will be undeniable. Your light was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to shine after the war. Now the very things sent to break you will witness your rise. What you carried in secret, God is about to reveal in glory. This is your season of divine reversal. What was meant for harm is turning into healing. The heavens have spoken. It's your time to reign."